Start doing your clearing turns, your pre-acro checklist.
45 Golf, your radar contact 5 miles to the northeast of the Pittsburgh Airport. Maintain via Bravo Zuma navigation. There's Caravan, stationary doing air work also 4 miles to the northwest of Pittsburgh. 45.
And prop full.
Yeah, 45 Golf, roger, looking for the stationary. No.
464, proceed to
Leave the prop where it is.
Okay.
And he just called you back. I answered for you, but
radar contact 8 miles.
there's a stationary ahead of us by a few miles.
Navigation over to
So our working area is behind us right now. You know that, right?
Yeah, I was going to turn right up to it.
All right.
Roger, 3,500, head to Nashville 24.
And my harness is tight, my gear is stowed. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Yep, I'm all set.
090, maintain VFR, and super arrival. 220.
Oh, there it is.
Good evening, Kronos 912, 8,700, climbing 10, 10,000.
Cross 912 Boston, approach Boston 17308.
08.
That's 464 to center, maintain 6,000, good rate through 8.
I'm going to start.
Okay.
45 Golf, are you going to be going any more west of that?
Negative 45 Golf, this is no further west than this right here.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Well, nope, see how the nose just dropped right there?
Yeah.
So we got to correct that. And I told the guy we're going to go no further west than this right here, so we need to start a turn back. But that was good. That was a big improvement over last time.
Start one's with you for Manchester.
But I was too premature in saying it was really good, because again, the nose did start to drop. So try and keep that nose about a really tight circle as, and let me fly the airplane for a second. I want to see where your trim is. Look, my controls?
Good controls?
Yeah, you need more forward trim.
More forward?
Give me more forward. More forward, more forward, more forward.
From 6320 on the go, heading 090 and maintain VFR.
Let me see.
090, maintain VFR, 220.
6320, contact Manchester 123.
Yeah, it might be too much now, so come back just a tiny bit. All right, that's good. Okay, that's good trim. All right, your controls.
All right, my controls, I'm at 3,000.
Okay.
Helicopter 1, you are radar contact 10 miles southwest of the Lawrence Airport. Stay your altitude.
I'm going to turn back on 180 to the left.
Okay, remember the half Cuban is going to be a 180. It's going to put you going the other direction.
Now, but
yeah, I know. I'm kind of close to the houses, though.
Okay.
Helicopter 1, Roger.
Good
You
plan.
probably hear me a little better when you get closer. And verifying that you're 10 west of Lawrence at 2000. That's us, Star 1, and squawk is 0217. Helicopter 1, thank you. You can maintain VFR and proceed inbound northeastern. Star 1, thank you.
Close approach is 930 Bravo. Has Lima at Nashville heading back.
From 9301 Bravo, Roger. From 5510 Golf up 5, good day. 12375, good day, 510 Golf up.
Oh, a little too shallow on that one.
Yeah.
See that nose is dropping again?
Is that because I'm not correcting the loop?
I don't know. I'm going to come in. I'm going to come on the controls with you next time. Let's get up a little bit higher if you don't mind.
Yeah. Traffic inbound from the western Embraer. That one will get east to the center line. Thank you.
I'm going to come on the controls with you, and let me see if I can figure out why you're
going back to
what you're doing that's causing you to drop the nose like that.
Okay.
Let's see. Our power's kind of low here. You can go.
Gas 464.
We should be able to go full power at this altitude.
Good day.
Yeah, we're over boosting a little bit while we're climbing.
Golf after you do the aerobatics. What's your destination? Is it Bedford?
Yes, sir. Bedford after Acro.
Right.
Sorry, keep me close.
Alright, I'm backing you up.
T-Mall 4798 Boston, approach Roger, good evening, Spectre Vessel approach.
That's your altitude's getting good here, so you just aim for the heart of the trees, the unpopulated area. As soon as you clear the houses, you can start the next one.
Okay.
930 Bravo's going to switch to power.
Number 9301 Bravo, Roger, contact Nashville, Tower 1332, good day.
Day 01 Bravo.
Alright, ready?
I'm ready. So you're flying, but if you feel me on the controls, I'm just kind of helping you correct a little bit.
Good.
Cronus 9, stand by.
Don't go, let's go a little bit lower, right about here. There's your 45. Now start your roll. Okay, just need a little more left pedal.
Okay.
When you start, well, you're rolling left, so a little bit of top rudder.
Top rudder, okay.
And then when you get through about half of your roll, you need to just start pulling back on the stick.
Okay. Another one?
Cronus 9, roger, maintain VFR squawk 2001.
And it's really important to stay focused outside the airplane. You know, I can say left rudder and forward stick and back stick and stuff like that, but it's whatever you need to do with the sticks to make that nose of that airplane do what you want it to do.
Okay.
So the sight picture is just very important, maintaining that good sight picture.
Discretion 249 November Delta.
But in that case, as you go knife edge, a little bit of left pedal to hold the nose up.
Radar contact 8 miles southwest of Laconia Airport, maintain VFR resume navigation.
Ready when you are.
Alright.
Cronus 9, verify y'all 2 for me.
I'm gonna go.
Alright.
Thanks. Traffic, just at your left.
Don't look forward yet. Look for that 45. There's a 45.
6 in the Manchester Skyhawk.
Left pedal, now back stick.
249 November Delta searching for that traffic.
Alright, so that was nice and safe. But as soon as you got wings level on the 45 down, you started pulling back. So you didn't draw a line after the maneuver. So it was nice and safe. It was good control of the airplane, but you would have been scored pretty low for no line after.
No line after.
So you want to just keep it down on that 45. So let's do one more. We're going to really perfect this. How you feeling, by the way?
Good, good.
Okay, so let's do one more, and let's try and just continue. Once you're in upright flight on the 45 down line, let's just hold it a little bit longer.
Okay.
3,500 feet, so we're good at this altitude whenever you're ready to.
Alright.
Good evening, approach Skyhawk 172, Mike Lima 3000. Boston approach, Roger, Manchester altimeter 3010. 10 to Mike Lima. 2 Mike Lima is going to be full stop, correct? Going to go fast and then Lawrence for practice approaches.
Okay, you still pulled out a little bit too soon in that 45 down line, but that is a big improvement. How you feeling about that?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Alright, so next we wanted to do some hammers and humpties. I want to get you really proficient
Contact Manchester 123, good day.
at that vertical departure from control flight. Kind of, you're still in control of the airplane, but I guess it's like a zero airspeed departure from controlled flight. So let's start with the Humpty Bump.
Okay, and that is
3.75, good day.
pull the vertical.
2375.
Yeah, it's a quarter loop to vertical, so pull the vertical, and then a half loop to vertical down, and then a quarter loop, so pull, pull, pull. It's going to be pull the vertical down, pull back to level.
Okay. Alright, ready?
I'm ready.
We 1061 Boston approach, Roger, good evening.
Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling.
We 1060 Boston approach, Roger, good evening.
Right, not much of a down line,
Yeah, Manchester altimeter 3010.
but that was alright. It was good, safe, and good control of the airplane. I'd like you to try another one, but hold a little bit of a longer down line this time. And also on the pull, when you were going straight up and then you started pulling it down, you let your pitch rate bleed off, and we started to get into a little bit of stall buffet. If you feel that, you know, the natural tendency is once you start feeling stall buffet, you stop pulling, right? Because your aggressiveness is triggering the stall. But in this case, you want to continue to pull. In fact, you want to pull harder because you want to get the airplane pointed straight down, and then gravity is going to help you out to get that angle of attack back under control.
Okay, did you happen to feel that when we went straight and level again?
Yeah, you just pulled through the disturbed air than when you started the maneuver.
Oh, okay.
Current winds are 01011.
Yeah, a lot of times on loops, that's a good indication you've done a really good loop. Is when you when you finish the loop, you feel this like big kick in the ass, and that's you driving right through the disturbed air when you started the loop.
Roger, sliding a 170 vector for runway 6.
Right, so another Humpty bump and fly a little bit longer on the downline this time. Not just a,
1061.
not a long time,
You're gonna
but
just
just enough to say that you're actually holding a vertical down.
Okay.
1061, Roger, you can expect that. Wait, 1061 is going to maintain 4,000, keep the speed up.
Once approach, 76220 going mid.
That's it, keep pulling to that buffet. Now straight fire, eyes forward, and pull. Pull harder, you gotta pull harder though. Yeah, let's see, what did we recover at? So we're right at 155, so that was really good.
4798.
So I think you would have been slower on that pull back to level flight if you'd pulled more aggressively in that quarter loop at the bottom of the Humpty.
2,500 GSF.
Alright, so the next thing we want to do is the hammer. You feeling good about the Humpty?
Yeah, that's not as bad as I remember it last time.
Okay, so the hammer, you're going to pull the vertical, and you're going to keep looking out at that left wing. When you see the fabric starting to flutter, or when you feel the vibration on the airplane, or when you hear me say the word kick, you're going to put in full left pedal, full right stick, and half forward stick.
Half forward. Okay.
Then I'm ready when you are.
1A Mike Victor, Boston approach, Roger. Kronos 9, Boston Center 1347, good day.
Okay.
Kronos 9, 1347.
I don't really need a dive though, do I?
You want to start it from about 160, so dive it's okay.
Or 172 Mike Lima, what's the best speed you can give me?
About 100.
So you got to push forward stick. We're falling out. Kick.
172 Mike Lima, Roger, sliding 240.
Yeah, late on the kick.
For the vectors, Mike Lima.
And positive down.
Sky 63220, fly heading at 140. Actually,
If you want, you go right into another one.
Lawrence VOR.
Yeah.
Proceed direct to Lawrence VOR 220.
You got to pull harder on that loop. And here's where we need forward stick. We need to hold it on the upline. All right, kick.
And I need to approach out of Boston, Timothy.
Negative on the downline, so you overcorrected.
We get 1061.
Go right into another if you want, if you're ready.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Okay.
1060, turn rating 180.
Yeah, so on the first one, and I came in with the stick to help you prevent you from doing this on the second one.
Yep.
Once we set vertical, you just kind of froze the stick, and so what happened is the nose started pitching back off of the vertical line, so we started going negative on the vertical. So as you're flying on that vertical upline, you need to put more and more forward stick in as we get slower in order to keep the airplane going vertical.
Okay. More forward.
From 63220, there is traffic on the 35 final. Turn left heading at 130.
130220.
Okay.
172 Mike Lima, turn left heading at 230.
230 to Mike Lima.
Victor, descending
Right, forward stick. See, we're too negative. Kick. Yeah, very slow there.
We get 1061, roger, clip at the approach runway 6.
Yeah, you got to start watching that fabric on the wing and pick up on that fluttering.
Present speed of grade, please 5 miles.
We're kicking too late because you're not picking up on that, and then when I say the word kick, it's kind of, delay time involved, so as soon as you see the fabric on the wing start fluttering, that's when you need to put the pedal in.
180.
And again, if you go too early, it's no big deal. And if you want, you can try looking at the airspeed indicator and kick around 60 miles an hour.
6220, maintain VFR 2,500.
But you also have a real tendency to not hold that vertical line. You let the nose start falling backwards.
Yeah.
So it's going to take, you need forward stick on that vertical upline.
1061, main test R113.
How you feeling?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Wing is 1061, contact Manchester Tower 112.3.
How about, you got it in you to do one more hammer and a spin?
Yeah.
That sound like a good plan, or you want to do more than that?
Roger,
Yeah,
follow
I
that
can
traffic clip. It's
do one
plus
more
runway
hammer.
6.
Okay. And I really want you to pick up on that fabric fluttering on your own without me telling you to kick, okay?
Okay.
So look at the fabric.
172 Mike Lima, turn right, heading about 250.
250 to Mike Lima.
Yeah, that was good. And you need a little more forward stick.
A little more.
Hey Mike Victor, I'll lower for you momentarily. We're about to intercept the traffic at you 12 o'clock and 8 miles southeastbound at 7,500. Once you're on the north
How was
side
my
of that
downline
traffic,
on
I'll have
that
lower.
What do we do? We went a little bit
63 contact Manchester
negative on the down line, so you had too much forward stick on the down. And also, you didn't come in with enough forward stick initially, so we kind of hunted around to get to the down line. But you did hold it longer than you were doing on some of the other ones, so that was good.
I left 5 at Lawrence to Mike Lima.
But if you want to head back, we can do a spin and head back, or we can kind of head back and about halfway there, we'll just pull the power and do a spin.
Yeah, get a spin halfway there.
Okay, or we can do more accurate right here, but I think you're sounding like you're kind of maxed out, huh?
Yeah.
A
little bit.
Approach, roger.
Alright, so just let this guy know we're returning to Hanscom.
270 to Mike Lima.
Stock on 18 Mike Victor, the previous call since that's the traffic will be no factor to send and maintain 5.
Boston, Decathlon 7145 Golf is returning back to Hanscom.
Decathlon 7145 Golf, roger. There's a couple targets just to the east of you, 7 miles to the east indicating 2,600 and then 8 miles to the south, the east indicating 2,000. Ready to serve, terminate squawk, safe, being chain crew, good day.
Okay, thank you, 7145 Golf.
Number 63220, contact approach 124.4, you can see direct Lawrence, VOR now.
Broken. Temperature 26, dew point 16, altimeter 3006. Hanscom Field arrived, depart runway 29, conducting visual approach. On initial contact, advise ATIS, India. Wind 020 9er.
Slip, you might as well have the power all the way back at idle.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is? Okay, I'm sorry, it looked like it was a little forward, but... Don't do that thing with the stick. Just let the tail wheel shimmy. That's okay.
Oh.
Man, what was that? You've been landing awesome. And,
Decathlon 45 Golf, parking LTs.
Yeah, LP's 45 Golf.
Decathlon 45 Golf, remain my frequency, and 180 is approved back to Foxtrot if you'd like. Otherwise, continue down to 23.
180 back to Foxtrot 45 Golf and LP's.
Decathlon 45 Golf, roger. LTs via Foxtrot, Echo Sierra, my frequency. Good night.
Echo Sierra, your frequency. Thank you. Have a good one.
That was horrible.
Yeah, it was. Tell me about it. And you know what was weird?
Tower, Chronos 12, 14.
You were working the pedals just so hard. I don't know why.
Chronos 12, 14, Hanscom Tower, report midfield left
You're
downwind.
really making me nervous there, but
Report
you know,
midfield left downwind 29er, Chronos 12.
I mean, there's really no crosswind, but I mean, you know, sometimes the nose doesn't line up. You just put in an input and hold it. You don't work the pedals like that when you're in the air. I've never seen you do that before, so I don't know where you got that from. All right, take back everything I said about going to fly with. No, I'm just kidding. Just don't do that again.